Gotta say good morning to the horses, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that, you know, we have the guests outside in the dark. And part of resilience is exposure, you know. We do all this training in comfortable environments, but we never put ourselves out there and expose ourselves. I mean, literally expose, like living in the wild. So I told them that they're gonna have to build shelters. They couldn't go back to the rear to sleep in cozy beds or get cozy showers. They're gonna have to create their own bedding and stay warm. And for some, that's a start point of breaking them down, but they have to move past that. They have to get used to it. And the whole cool thing about what took place is they got through it, and now that they've gotten through it, they're more hardened, and they're more likely to put themselves in those circumstances deliberately, like on purpose, because it feels good to achieve or overcome or adapt or all those things together. It's a suck fest, but that's what makes you harder, more adaptable, and more likely to survive. This is one of my favorite hats, that one right there. I got a truck stop in Oklahoma, and it's got an elk on it. It's all colorful. It's pretty cool. It's a redneck hat. It's like a painting on a hat. And on the back it says 100% nature. I've seen these other hats that said 70% nature, and I was like, not even real. And this was 100%. Bam. Got some weird shit in here. Not gonna lie. Some weird stuff, man. This is a axe head that's about 3,000 years old. And I just got it sitting in a cardboard box. I will cherish this somewhere. It's cool just to hold it though, to think somebody used this in agriculture or some culture. I think it's cool. Hey, what's going on, American Contingency? As you know, probably by now, our American Contingency page on Instagram got deleted. We had 50,000 followers overnight. In a matter of minutes, we lost our account. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in this day and age with all the divisive things that are happening around the world that in the United States of America, multi-billion-dollar corporations are suppressing more conservative voices speaking on behalf of the truth. It's sad that their voices are getting shut down. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna be broken down, even though I'm personally saddened, because I know this is just the beginning. So the question is, what are you gonna do about it? Well, what we'll continue to do at American Contingency is educate you on best practices and preparedness and protecting yourself and your family. Continuing to offer a place on americancontingency.locals.com in order for you to have a place to network. I appreciate everything that you guys do for us and supporting us and spreading the word. And we'll continue to fight for you and putting out the truth, because that's all that matters, is the truth these days. Thank you.
This is the most insane thing I've ever experienced.
This is an American business.
I am a American-owned, like a small business, disabled veteran-owned business in America, and you're suppressing my voice and it's suppressing my business, and you're not telling me the reason why. I just did a post reposting about USA Contingency, the backup. I tagged Ready Gunner, who he owns the Man Spot, all these influencers, like, they're good at social media.
Yeah.
They have a media division for their gun store. Former Ranger, former Triple Canopy guy, good dude. He just tried to repost it, and as he typed at USA Contingency, it stopped him and it said USA Contingency is not allowed to be re-tagged, and it wouldn't let him re-tag it.
What?
Yeah, like just now.
It was stood up an hour ago.
Stood up an hour ago. Insane. You can't even manufacture. You can't even make that shit up. He just wrote back. He said, I've talked to a handful of people who have had issues recently. Facebook's been suppressing conservative pages the closer we get to the elections.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Because of this, I've decided effective immediately that I will no longer support providing any content on Instagram. If you believe in what I'm doing, then I encourage you to follow us on other platforms where I plan to spend my time and my company's time educating you in preparedness. I want to thank all of you for all of your support over the years. It has been a lifelong dream of mine to own my own business doing what I love, and that will not change.
Hey, bro. That's the right answer.
Malone
There's only one right way to attack this. It's principle.
That's on.
It's principle.
Malone LeVay.
Look, I wanted to lay out a conversation just quick before I went to bed. I'm in Montana training with FIELDCRAFT Survival. You guys already know this for the most part, but I also have a movement that I started on social media that's transitioned to locals, the application called American Contingency. And based on Instagram's inability to have any integrity or courage, they're now suppressing on a massive scale every conservative voice in the industry. On top of that, I've never advocated for violence. I've never once communicated to incite violence because I don't want violence. What I want is Americans to be able to protect themselves, their families, and their communities. Look, the only thing I want to do is be an entrepreneur, run a business and have control of my destiny, take care of my employees, love my family and friends, and live the American dream. And I want to do that in peace. Oh, God.
Yeah, so I'm on the way back to work. I couldn't sleep last night. I got up at 4 because I was contemplating it. In social media space, I took advantage of the opportunities that were afforded. And I'm all about private business, running their business how they want to. And a lot of people have asked me, like, they're censoring you on Instagram. Isn't that what constitutional protection is? Where they're a private business, they could do whatever they want because it is private. It's not owned by the government. It shouldn't be regulated. Yeah, I agree to an extent. And the extent is, at what point with so much power, so much wealth, and so much influence, more importantly, do you allow private companies control messaging and propaganda that changes culture, that changes people's perspectives? And you're talking about Facebook and Instagram that has more followers than the religion of Christianity. So I don't agree they should be allowed to suppress voices they don't agree with. Yeah, sure, if I'm inciting violence, that's one thing. But they're not suppressing those voices that incite violence. Sean King's a perfect example of that. He could literally tell people to burn cities to the ground. Not only do they allow him to say that, but when people report it, they tell them, if you don't like it, just don't follow him. But me, a law-abiding citizen of this country, who served and protected this country for the majority of my life, I'm somehow a threat to their narrative. That's problematic. It's disappointing because I would expect that in Yemen and Afghanistan, but I wouldn't expect that in my own country. So I'm still contemplating whether or not I'm going to take all of our content and take it down from Instagram, and we'll see. So your loved one is sitting next to you. You do have a firearm open carry underneath whatever it is inside your vehicle, and you just want to get to work. You don't want any problems, and now you can't go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. All right, you ready?
Let's go! Let's go!
Hey, Julian, get ready.
Come
to
on,
get
get your
out of the car.
fist out! Get out of the truck!
I can't.
Let's go!
I can't.
Come
Hold
on!
I'm gonna turn it off.
Get out
Walk
of the
door.
truck!
Go out the
Get
door.
out of the
Go
truck!
Go out that side.
Come on.
Let go of my son.
What do you got? You got a camera?
Let go of my son, sir.
Damn. All right, let's talk about it.
All right, so you know, one of the things that we're training for are the realities that we're faced with every day in the United States. And one of the things that protesters are doing is acting like there's a protest with a malice tactic in place. And so they come in, they'll block, they'll drag people out of vehicles. It's been seen, it's been reported. So part of the scenario is we confront them and give them options along the way and how best to address it. The bottom line is there's no one right answer, and there's always particularly bad outcomes no matter how you skin it. What we want to do is get people thinking, make them make decisions they've never been in before, inoculate them with stress, and have them work through the problem. And what you just saw and what took place, he did just that.